As long as nothing went wrong, there was no way it could break free. Anna, the caretaker, had already learned the basics of its language and could even hold short conversations with it. Still, an alien is an alien, dangerous, unpredictable, and quick to lash out. But Anna believed that with enough patience, one day it could actually be tamed. The real problem? Its growth rate was off the charts. Disappear for a few days, and when you came back, it had already grown to full adult size. Most of the other alien creatures in the lab were handled by another caretaker, Lanny. Surprisingly, feeding them wasn't all that complicated. Take the eyeball parasite for example. It lived inside a sheep's body, and since the sheep was its host, feeding the sheep was the same as feeding the parasite. The alien, though, was always saved for last. Next came a plant-looking alien, which turned out, just as suspected, to be carnivorous. After giving it a polite greeting, Lanny moved on to the next cage. This one contained a swarm of metal-eating bugs. For them, he'd prepared some raw mineral ores. But when he tried opening the feeding hatch, the door got stuck. Lanny pulled a little harder, and the entire hatch came loose. That's the downside of having a robotic body. His strength was way too hard to control. Still, he didn't want the creatures to starve, so he decided to feed them manually. Typing in the security code, he unlocked the chamber door. The eyeball parasite sat nearby, staring coldly, as if scheming something sinister. Carrying a tray of food, Lanny carefully stepped inside, blocking the door with his foot. His plan was simple: drop the food and get out. But the moment he turned around, the door slammed shut and locked. No one else was around. The head researcher was still away on a business trip, and there were no alarm systems inside this chamber. Lanny froze, caught completely off guard. He was a synthetic being, a mix of metal and organic tissue. Against most alien species, that gave him an edge. But against metal-eating bugs, that was a whole different story. He hoped, maybe, after all the days he'd spent feeding them, they'd show him some mercy. But he was wrong. The moment their corrosive fluids hit, his body began to break down at terrifying speed. To them, food was food, nothing more. No mercy, no hesitation.